Yo, what's going on, everyone? Back at you with another episode of Quarantine Football. Like always, I'm your co-host Ryan. Fortunately, today Nate or Dorian could not join me for this interview. However, we will have them next time we do our next episode. But regardless of that, today we have a very special guest on the show today. My man Josh Graham, defensive back committed to the Morgan State University. What's going on, Josh? How you doing today?
What's going on, man? I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Oh yeah, definitely can't complain, especially for when you're yourself, committed to Morgan State, playing for one of the best high schools in the country, Norcross. Definitely, can't complain yourself. But I'm gonna get started with the question. Then one that I like to ask everyone at the start is, why did you start to play football? And following that, why did you decide to play defensive back?
Well, starting off, like to be for a little joke, I didn't want to play when I first started. Like I did not want to play. My first day of practice, I was crying. Like I was just ready to like be done. But when I turned about 9, I changed my position to quarterback. My coach was like, "Hey, can you throw a football?" I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Show me." So I threw a football, and then ever since that point is when I started falling in love with the game. And then when I got to high school, we started freshman year. I was playing everything from running back, receiver, quarterback, really everything. And then sophomore year is when they changed my position to DB, and like I just had to fall in love with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've been stellar at DB, and I know you just mentioned how you played a lot of positions freshman year and also played quarterback before high school. If you had to choose one position to play for like the rest of your football career, what position would that be?
Uh, Quarterback.
Quarterback? Were you throwing dimes? Back in the day when you started out a quarterback?
Yeah, big,
Yeah.
a lot of them.
A lot of all right, all right. I definitely want to see some of that tape of you at quarterback. I want to see if that's definitely true or not. But another thing I definitely wanted to ask is, obviously at Norcross, you guys are a very big school for a high school football team. What has been your favorite on the field memories and off the field memories so far at Norcross?
On the field, I say winning. Because the last few years we really been really below the bar. We haven't really done too much in the last 2 years that I've been on varsity. But this year it's like everybody's bought into what we're doing. So winning is really the best thing on the field. Off the field, it's the family that we got, the brotherhood. We got this group chat. You know what I'm saying? We always talking to each other, making sure everybody good, everybody, you know what I'm saying, on one accord, and with that we just be rolling.
Yeah, for sure. I think brotherhood is definitely a big thing in terms of football. Definitely one of the many memories that you'll cherish. Once you end up retiring from the game. And you mentioned how you enjoy winning on the field. What would you say has been your favorite win so far this season in terms of like not even it being a big game, just like favorite game that you've played in this season so far that you guys have won?
Um, I say last week against Archer, we played region championship against Archer. Um, and going into that game, we had some unfinished business with them. The past 2 years they shut us out. I think the score before last week was like 68-0 was like the point spread. Like we haven't put up a point against them in like 2 years. So we had some unfinished business with them. In the beginning of the season, there were talks saying that they were going to be the team to come out our region on top and stuff like that. So we had all that anger built up, and we just put it on the field last night or last week.
Yeah, it's definitely a great win to have under your belt. What was the atmosphere like at that game, being it such a big game for both teams?
It was loud. Like from the first kickoff to like the end, it was loud, and then we was on TV at that, so that just made everything better.
Hey, definitely being in the spotlight is definitely a big plus for, I'm sure everyone on the team. Talking about, being in that big spotlight, obviously being such a good player for such a good team, you're obviously under a lot of pressure when you're on the field to, make the big plays and all of that. How would you say that pressure sort of, shapes you as a person and a player on and off the field?
Well, my team looks to me for they look for me to lead them into victory. I consider myself one of the leaders of the team, and so do my coaches and other teammates. So, I mean, the pressure. I mean, I really like kind of push it to the side. It is what it is. I'll get it here and there, but I kind of push it to the side and just focus on helping my team win and come out victorious week in and week out.
Yeah, for sure, man. Being a team player is definitely a very big thing for football. Another thing that I wanted to touch upon is obviously playing defensive back. A lot of the average fans kind of, think of you guys as just like, oh, you're out there, you're trying to get interception, then that's really it. And obviously, that's not the main case in terms of playing that position. What would you say is the hardest thing about playing your position that just a lot of average fans don't really think about?
Being patient, because there's a lot of routes that receivers run, and if you're not patient, then you can really slip up and make a quarterback, have an easier throw to the receiver that you're guarding. So, I feel like patience is key when you're playing defensive back, and having a little bit of speed.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think having speed is definitely a very big thing in terms of playing defensive back. Would you call yourself sort of a speedy player? Being able to keep up with a lot of those fast wide receivers.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm
You're
all
all
right.
right. You're all right. You don't want to go one on one with Tyreek Hill.
Nah, maybe not him. Nah, not him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of defensive backs are definitely in agreement right there with you. Kind of shifting gears towards your college. Being committed to Morgan State, obviously a very big school to be committed to. What made you, sort of decide on committing to Morgan State over schools like Akron, Army, and Charlotte?
It was the coaching staff for one. The head coach, he reached out to me, and he really like showed himself like as a person, not just hiding behind. Okay, I'm a coach. We want you here, and more so like he was more so like he said himself like I'm like your father figure when you get here. You don't have to just come to me for football stuff, for life stuff too, and anything else that you need to talk to me about. So after that, our relationship just kind of kept increasing. So he led me to making the decision to commit.
Yeah, that's definitely a big piece for committing to a college. Was academic sort of sort of a big thing for you as well when deciding where to commit?
Yes, it was my mom's biggest concern too, because she's like, well, I want you to get your grades and stuff. So I mean, we looked into all that, and it was all good.
Yeah, that's definitely, very big thing in terms of football. You always got to have that backup plan just in case football doesn't work out. And obviously I'm hoping, myself that football does work out for you. But if it ends up not working out, what do you think would be, your backup plan, what you would want to do?
Opening my own business in the training type of deal, what I'm saying, helping little kids, even people like in higher like college and NFL too, like, helping them get better at their skills and stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely a very cool idea. I've seen a bunch of guys being able to do that. One guy we talked to, Marcus Rios, he has his own training. He's always posting about it on his Instagram. So definitely a very, very good way to become successful in terms of not playing football, but also being involved in the game for sure. What are you looking forward to most for playing with Morgan State? In terms of on the field stuff, rather not off the field.
Really, the culture being built, because the coach did mention that. He said, there's a culture being built, and I want people that want to be a part of the building instead of something that's already being built. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. Helping the team out in any way, shape, or form that I can, so we can be successful in the long run.
That's very, culture, very big thing. I see, everywhere that a lot of teams, they kind of come in as sleepers, but because of the culture that they have, they're able to, find success really well. So definitely really like that there. When you were visiting Morgan State, what was outside of, I know you mentioned the coaching staff, but what was another thing that, really stood out to you when you were visiting them?
The atmosphere. Even though I didn't go up there personally, I know a few
Mhm.
people that go to the school, but I'll talk to them, and they really said the same thing that everybody else said. The atmosphere is great. The people there, what I'm saying, I love the people, and they're all cool and welcoming and stuff like that. So it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Atmosphere is a very big thing. In the locker room, when you're playing, would you consider yourself kind of the guy to get everyone hyped up, or do you have any teammates that kind of get anyone hyped up?
Yeah, I got a few teammates that do it. One of my teammates, Zion Alexander, he played receiver for us. He's a very big part of our team, and Zakai Barker. He's also a big player for our team. They really be one of our hype men. And also Zaire Lee, can't forget him. Like he is too. Like in practice, game, everything.
And I mean, are y'all like the? I know you've seen the videos of the Saints locker rooms, all of them dancing with Sean Payton. Are y'all like that?
Yeah, we yeah. After a big win,
Okay.
after win, we be lit.
Hey, I mean that's definitely great stuff right there, man. Kind of going back towards more of your high school career. Before a big game, what would you do to sort of calm your butterflies before stepping out onto the field?
Uh, when I first started, like sophomore year, when my first game varsity, I used to like listen to music, like some real hyped up music to get me like, okay, we good. You know what I'm saying? Butterflies gone. Now like that I've been playing on varsity for a good little minute. I really just do the regular listen to music, zone everybody out, and get prepared.
Yeah, that's definitely a very very common thing that I've heard from a lot of guys. What would you say is your top three favorite guys to listen to before a game?
Meek Mill, Lil Baby, and hmm, Ola Runt.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Definitely. I've heard. I feel like Lil Baby. He's been on everyone's list that we've talked to. It's pretty crazy how big he's become. And Meek Mill. Can't go wrong with Meek Mill. You got a favorite Meek Mill song that you like to listen to?
Blue Notes and Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, Dreams. I love Dreams and Nightmares. That's definitely great song to get hyped up to. Kind of staying on topic about getting prepared before a game. A lot of guys have mentioned to us that when they're on the field, that first hit, that first play they make, kind of like gets them in the zone as soon as that happens. Would you say it's the same for yourself?
Yeah, that's what happened sophomore year too. After the
Mhm.
first hit, after the first snap, I was like, okay, we good. I know where I'm at. It's time to play ball. So now it's
Yeah,
like I know what it is. Like let's just play. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already ready. So I don't need no first hit or like first little. You know what I'm saying? We ready. We ready to go.
yeah, definitely. Definitely some great stuff right there. Kind of going back to talking more about your college commitment to Morgan State. Do you have a team that you look forward to playing the most at Morgan State throughout your 4 years attending there?
Uh, Not really because I feel like at first it was A&T, but like they moved to the Big South and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean those college teams are always kind of shifting. I'm hoping that my school, I go to JMU. I'm hoping that we get moved to FBS because I feel like rather right now the guys we're playing, we kind of beat everyone every year. So
mm.
I'm hoping we get moved up. But talking more about playing at Morgan State, what would you say? What would you say you look forward to most about college at Morgan State outside of football?
Really building relationships with people. And finding myself living there for 4 years. Like, so, all the stuff that I do down here in Georgia, like, can I do it up there in Baltimore too? Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting accustomed to the people and everything else like that. So I'm really looking forward to doing that when I get up there next summer.
Yeah, definitely. Relationships are a very, very big thing in college for sure. Another question relating back to college is what are you going to major in at Morgan State?
Um, oh, I had it on the top of my tongue. Um, I really can't think of it. It's not
Hey,
coming.
hey, if it comes back to you later on, definitely let me know. I won't object to you just blurting it out. Another thing that I wanted to ask, obviously this year or this past year with COVID, obviously it's affected everyone in terms of playing sports. How did that affect you in terms of being able to play for Norcross and also being able to look at schools that you wanted to commit to before you committed to Morgan State?
Well, from a team standpoint, we didn't know whether we were gonna play or not. But even with that, it gave us a bigger drive. So when we wasn't practicing with our team, we was doing stuff at home and stuff like that, and we was always like on the go. So when they gave us the okay, we was already ahead of the game. When it came to me with colleges and stuff like that, during that time, I was talking to a lot of them, but at the same time, I was really kind of preparing myself for high school, and so I wasn't really sweating over colleges that much. So I mean,
Yeah, that's definitely good that it didn't affect you in any negative way in terms of finding the right school to go to. And then one more thing about college is obviously being a student athlete. It's very somewhat difficult to manage those responsibilities, being able to play and also getting your work done. What would you say is sort of the key thing for you yourself in order to keep that balanced schedule while you're at college?
Just to stay focused. I gotta be able to balance my life out when it comes to school and football at the same time. So when I have school, I gotta get the schoolwork done. When I have football, so I gotta get football done. You know what I'm saying? So I just have to be balanced with it and stay focused on whatever I'm doing at that moment.
Yeah, definitely. Balance is 100% key thing. I agree with that completely. Kind of going back towards, just more about your football career in general. Why did you choose to wear the number that you currently wear? Did that hold any significance towards that?
At first it didn't because my coach just gave it to me like you want it, and I was like, I mean, I guess. So, but then after that, it was for my dad, you know what I'm saying? Because I only have one dad, and in high school he actually won number one when he played basketball. So I was like, okay, well I'm aware now. So
Yeah, it's definitely, very significant for you. Another question that I wanted to touch upon is, being an athlete, obviously, as I mentioned before, and as we talked about, comes with having a lot of responsibilities. And we see a lot of guys, sometimes not able to hold up with those responsibilities and kind of not be great people in the real world. Do you think that for yourself, that being an athlete makes you a better person?
yes, for a little bit because, like you said, it teaches responsibilities. It teaches me how to be a better man, and it teaches me how to take on responsibilities and handle them at a given time, so I can get the task done. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I say I 100% agree with you there. Being an athlete definitely comes with a lot of responsibilities. So definitely really like that answer. Another thing that I wanted to touch upon in terms of your high school career is I know we mentioned earlier, last week the atmosphere at your game was absolutely crazy. But have there been any other atmospheres that you've been to for games that have been absolutely insane in terms of fans and how they've been in the stand and all that?
Um. Yes, sophomore year. Like everything is really like around that time. My first game of the season, my first start, we was in Mercedes-Benz Stadium or the Dome.
Really?
Yeah, and we played against Mays High School, from Atlanta, and their band and their fans were loud. So every time they scored, like you would know they scored because it was loud.
Yeah, I mean, playing in the Mercedes Benz Superdome, definitely. I feel like you hear that from a mile away for sure. Kind of shifting gears toward your future and the NFL in your future. Would you say that making the NFL is one of your biggest goals?
Yes, actually. It's a childhood dream of mine. Um, I always talk about it. I write it down in my notes like almost every day. So I just I keep living about it. I keep living on. I keep dreaming about it. So you know, hopefully, some God plan that it happens.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely really like that mentality. In terms of, being drafted and all of that, if you could choose one team in the league that you could be drafted to, where would it be?
The Cowboys.
Oh, man, I would have to say I'm a Giants fan, like diehard, and I was hoping you wouldn't say someone else in the NFC East. But Cowboys, great team, great franchise for sure. Another thing that I wanted to ask is, in terms of being drafted, obviously it's very very difficult to obviously even get drafted to the NFL. In terms of the draft, what is your goal to be drafted in? Obviously, I'm assuming first round you want to go in, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Um, I'd say maybe like mid first round, mid
Mm,
late, somewhere around there. If not like early second, because I mean, I'm a short DB. You know what I'm saying? Most people now are evolving to get like 6'3", 6'4" corners and safeties and stuff like that. But I mean, hey, all I gotta do is put in the work, show them the field, and when I ball, they'll come find me. So
Yeah, for sure, man. And you mentioned how you're a short DB. Would you say that? Do you think that sort of puts you at a disadvantage compared to other players, and that sort of gives you more of a push to succeed, try and prove people wrong?
Yes, because like most DBs now are like 6'1" and up. You know what I'm saying? Me being 5'9", 5'10", it put me at a little disadvantage. But the way I play fast. You know what I'm saying? I play physical, so and I have good ball skills. So I mean, it kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, definitely. Ball skills are definitely very key. What would you say is, you're the number one thing that like you're like known for at defensive back? Like ball hawking, getting those interceptions. Is that like kind of what you're known for?
Um, yes, a little bit, and I'm also known for like big hits on people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Hey, laying the boom is definitely, I always love seeing those big hits happen on my TV screen for sure. One more thing that I wanted to ask more about the NFL is there any defensive back that you sort of, model your game after that plays in the NFL?
Jamal Adams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamal, the absolute beast. What would you say is like the biggest thing that you model your game after from him?
Uh, Probably his elusiveness, the how fast he plays and stuff like that. Like I'm out of my game around that when it comes to him, when it comes to me playing fast.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, Jamal Adams is a top safety in the league, so definitely, great guy to model your game after. One more thing that I wanted to ask before we wrap this one up, and this doesn't have anything to do with like football, or it does have to do with football, but more of a question that I like asking guys at the end is, who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year in the league?
I don't want to say it, but like Pittsburgh, um,
Pittsburgh, okay.
they really should have lost to Dallas, but we're not talking about that. But yeah, they're a good football team. I feel like they'll pull it out. If they keep up what they're doing right now, they should win it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I got Pittsburgh in winning the Super Bowl this year. We'll see what happens there. But with that, Josh, I want to thank you so much for being able to hop on the show today, man. It was a pleasure talking to you. Do you have anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much once again, man, for being able to hop on the show and talk with me today. It was a pleasure having you. For everyone listening, I want to thank you guys for listening to the show. Like always, make sure you follow us on Instagram at QF Podcast for updates on the show and NFL content. And we are uploading now athlete edits. So if anyone wants to edit, be sure to hit me up. Josh, I'm gonna give you one for hopping on the show, man. Everyone that hops on the show, we give them an edit. So look, that's going to be dope. So can't wait to put that out. But once again, I want to thank everyone for listening today, and we'll see you guys next time.